Last time we discussed Gabriel Gage, he had been featured on the news for his infamous French onion soup clip. He was still doing his food reviews, still doing karaoke, it was all business as usual. Of course, Nova would still receive backlash for the Discord incident that had occurred some time ago. None of this mattered to Nova as he would continue to make his regular content, until the first big event since the last time we covered him happened. His main TikTok account, the one that he had been building for years now, was hacked. Nova would claim that this was all due to a phishing scheme where he clicked a link stealing all of his information, but many speculate that he simply gave it all to a troll that he trusted. Here is Gabriel explaining the situation.
My account will be mine again. If it's even if it's tomorrow or in a few months, it'll be mine again. Anyways, trying the kind of new Cantina Chicken Power Bowl from Taco Bell.
It might not be a surprise that Nova has still not retrieved this account as of the recording of this video, and that he would now have to use his secondary account to post the majority of his content. But this wasn't Nova's only problem, because the trolls had now discovered his address, and would begin to send him false DoorDash orders much like they do to King Cobra JFS. A popular conspiracy theory amongst Nova commenters is that he is simply DoorDashing all of these items himself and blaming it on the trolls.
Hey, to whoever called Hawaiian pizza from Domino's to my house without paying for it, the guy gave it to me for free, so since we've got this pizza that I've never tried, we're gonna do a food review on it. Oh yeah, and by the way, massive shout out to the manager at my local Domino's. She's actually a longtime fan of the TikTok, so if you're watching this, thank you for being a fan.
You know, I'm beginning to believe the conspiracy theory as well, because there is no way that the local Domino's manager is an actual fan of Nova's. And how the hell does he know all of these restaurant employees? Half the time he's not even in a restaurant, he just DoorDashes it to his house. Another thing that I noticed in this video is the hoarder-like state of Nova's home. There has always been clutter in the background of his videos, but the kitchen is something else. And I am beginning to believe that Nova exclusively eats food that has been prepared by other people because it is so hard to make addition there. I'm pretty sure you're watching right now, Nova. Prove me wrong. Go cook something in there and put it on your TikTok. But I'm getting way ahead of myself because we are nowhere near the time when he starts beefing with me, Smokey, and Sensitive Society. At this point in the timeline, Nova is trying to build his second channel. Of course, he's trying to retrieve his main, but it never seems to work out. And during this second channel arc, Nova would begin to experiment with new kinds of content. They were still reviews, of course, but now over new and interesting items, not exclusively restaurant food.
A new bookstore recently opened up in my town. This is my haul for my first ever time there. Now, many of you know that Sarah J. Maas is one of my favorite authors of all time. So, the first thing that I got from this new bookstore was her second book in the Court of Thorns and Roses series, A Court of Mist and Fury. The lady at the bookstore told me that the third is her favorite, but I'm in progress on book 1, and I cannot wait to start book 2. Next up is also another Sarah J. Maas thing, but it's more coloring book. I know I'm going to be dropping bans on this new bookstore. Nova Universe, signing off. So I was at my local shop recently, and I found this Dr. Pepper beef stick. Let's give it a smell. It smells nothing like Dr. Pepper, it just smells like pepper. Anyways, bone apple teeth. Tastes nothing like Dr. Pepper.
I think I'm beginning to understand why Nova's house looks so cluttered. He is constantly receiving items to review on his TikTok page. He will even claim that some of them are sent to him. I'm also very happy to see him reviewing more Dr. Pepper products. I mean, that is the golden standard to which all food should be graded, according to Nova. It is legitimately the only thing I've ever seen him give a 10 out of 10 is Dr. Pepper the drink. Well, either that or Pizza Hut.
Trying the cheeseburger melt from Pizza Hut. It's brand new, at least at the time of filming this. And if you know me, I'm not a huge fan of Pizza Hut's melts. But it's brand new, and I figured maybe I should try it. I decided to get this with no bacon, which is surprising for me. I think bacon is its own food group. I replaced the bacon with tomatoes. Little cross section here, we got beef, onions, and tomatoes. Let's try it by itself first. Bone apple teeth. Let's try it with the included burger sauce, which smells very, very pickly. Tastes like Big Mac sauce. All in all, it's not bad. I think that actually might be my favorite Pizza Hut melt. Is it better than a personal pizza? In my opinion, no. But I probably would try the cheeseburger combination on a normal personal pan pizza. Maybe that'll be a video in a couple weeks.
I don't know what it is about someone legitimately reviewing Pizza Hut foods that is so hilarious to me. If Nova hadn't done such horrible things, then he could be a review bruh-like character, because these food reviews never fail to get a laugh out of me, especially the Pizza Hut ones. But one of my favorite ones of most recent time has to be the sushi review. Nova would go into the sushi restaurant, record himself eating the sushi, and not even record the audio until after he had left the place. But it was not a good review. Nova talked so much smack on the establishment and even refused to name it. Meanwhile, Pizza Hut is getting all of the praise.
What is good, y'all? It is Nova Cadre. I am doing this video as a voiceover, and this is finally that sushi review that I recorded about 3 weeks ago. I got this from a place called Redacted in Riverstone. I'm not going to give the name of the restaurant away because I got food poisoning here. Now, first off, let's try this miso soup that initially came with my meal. I tried the broth and I was absolutely stunned by how good it was. And this was with no soy sauce added. I decided to try a little bit of the tofu, and I do not like tofu. It's just a texture thing for me. Next up, we're going to be trying this 2-piece Ora King salmon nigiri with wasabi and ginger. I'm getting a little soy sauce. Let's try it out. Now, I absolutely loved the flavor of this, but I would regret it later on.
How do you even effectively review a piece of food that you ate 3 weeks ago? I can't even remember what I ate 3 days ago. And then he goes on to say that the place made him sick. It's probably for the best that he didn't mention the name, because 1000% their Google reviews would have been filled with trolls. I am still baffled by the fact that a place like Pizza Hut gets more leniency than a sushi restaurant or a shawarma truck. He certainly isn't afraid to give his opinions. And when it comes to food, Nova considers himself somewhat of a connoisseur. He thinks that his TikTok page is a place that people go to actually get legitimate reviews of new foods. But when you're reviewing something called Uncle Sauce, what do you expect to happen?
Mila teamed up with Uncle Roger to create the creamy chili crab pasta. This is also called the Why So Weak Challenge. And today, we're going to be trying level 1, the nephew sauce. Alright, the noodles are done. I cooked everything off camera because, I cooked everything off camera so I could focus on the food. Let's add the sauce. And just like that, level 1, nephew sauce is done. Alright, here it is, level 1 nephew sauce. It smells pretty good. I do smell like a little bit of like peppercorn, a little spice, maybe some Thai chili. Let's try it out. Bone apple teeth. Okay. It's a little spicy. Damn, Uncle Roger, that's spicy.
So the way that this Uncle Roger's dish works is that level 1 is nephew sauce. It's not very spicy, but then you start working up the chain to Uncle Sauce, and that shit's acidic. Sometimes Nova will review some pretty weird things. One time he chugged an old Coke that he found in the back of his fridge, assuming that it was 18 months old, and he thought that this was some kind of big deal. But Nova has began to review things that would put an old Coke to shame. Recently, Nova posted a video of him outside at night, covered in a cape. As Nova slowly emerged from the darkness, he would show us what he would be reviewing tonight. One of the classiest foods known to mankind, packaged tuna.
I feel like the Walmart equivalent of Windows 95, man, when I'm wearing this thing. But hey, anyways, today we're going to be trying the most unique flavor of tuna that I have ever seen. Whole grain Dijon mustard. Yes, I got this at Walmart. 12 grams of protein, 80 calories, bone apple teeth. definitely no. Taste ain't bad. Texture, god-awful. It's a texture thing for me. That taste that you get after you swallow it, that little aftertaste, not bad at all. But the texture really throws me off. I'm sorry, Starkiss. This is a no-go for me. I'm gonna have to give this a 3 out of 10. But if we were just counting taste, 6.5. Anyways, Nova Universe, signing off. I am so disappointed in this.
Finding Nova's food reviews and general attitude pretty hilarious, me and my co-host Smokey MCC would begin to watch his content on our podcast. It's called Too High for Stupid, and I run it here every Wednesday at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. We would watch Nova content for months before he even caught wind of it, and for a while, even after he had discovered that we were watching his content satirically, he didn't seem to have a problem. That is, until one week. To be honest, I think it was our review of the Uncle Sauce video that did it. When I first saw that, I could not contain my laughter. And whether Nova assumed that we legitimately liked his food reviews or not, I will never know. But what I do know is that he now hates us with a burning passion. Even going so far as to one day posting a call-out video, where he claims that he will not only destroy myself and Smokey MCC, but also Sensitive Society, a popular commentary YouTuber who has made a couple of videos over Nova in the past. Nova claimed that it was the beginning of the end for all of us.
Hey y'all, it's Nova Kadri. If you guys have seen my Instagram, you probably have an idea of what I'm going to be saying. But due to an excellent idea from my social media manager, I'm gonna be launching a podcast. And this is going to be primarily for fun. I do not intend to make any money off of it. But, yeah, I just intend on doing this new podcast for fun. So the name of this podcast is going to be called The Hour of Joy. And, the name does not imply what this podcast is going to be about. Everyone who has wronged me, the hunter becomes the hunted, and the hunted becomes the hunter. Every single person who has wronged me, Kiwi, Smokey, Sensitive Society, everyone who has made these false fucking accusations about me, I'm gonna prove them all fucking wrong. The hunter becomes the hunted, and the hunted becomes the hunter. Kiwi had no right to say what he said about me a few days ago. He just fucking trashed me with Smokey, and they fucking laughed it off because they were fucking on redacted. Your days are numbered, Kiwi. Tick tock. Tick tock.
Nova would claim that he would start a podcast to rival ours, called The Hour of Joy, and that his new social media manager had come up with the idea. So me and Smokey had an idea of our own. We reached out to Sensitive Society on Twitter and invited him on our show. We wanted to discuss everything that Nova had said, and of course, watch the most recent food reviews. But the funniest thing we saw by far was the karaoke session Nova had done right after calling us out. While I can't show it to you here because it includes copyright music, he would sing Let the Bodies Hit the Floor while screaming at certain points, presumably out of sheer rage. Nova would frequent this bar quite often, and he would sing karaoke there. Nova, who isn't allowed to drink, would often buy a soda and set up with the microphone, entertaining the guests. But this time was different. It was much angrier. And for that reason, or the trolling, maybe a combination of both, Nova was banned from this establishment, giving us no explanation but this post I have on screen right now. We do not know if the ban is permanent, but it is at least temporary, and Nova has not made a karaoke video since, so he has turned his attention to other things, like the promotion of his Instagram. Nova would recently create an Instagram, and it quickly became a hotbed of controversy. A lot of posts would begin to pop up alluding to Nova being part of the alt-right, discussing how proud he was of it, and that liberals like me and Smokey were gonna get what's coming to us. I want to make it explicitly clear I have never taken a political stance on this channel, and I have absolutely no idea where all of this is coming from. everything. And as soon as his fans caught wind of this, his Instagram comments section would begin to fill with racist comments about myself, Smokey, and Sensitive Society. Some of these comments were pretty crazy, and honestly were not something I expected from Nova or his community. And neither did Nova, because there would be so many of these comments piling up on his Instagram that he would have to make a video addressing the situation. And it is by far one of my favorite videos he has ever made.
Hey, I'll say Nova Casuary, and while I fucking despise Kiwi, Smokey, and Sensitive Society, just please don't make any racist comments about them. Just because Sensitive is Mexican and Kiwi and Smokey do drugs, that's just no excuse to say racist shit about them, because one, that's not cool, that doesn't make you any better than they are, and two, making up shit about them, you go as low as they do, because they have made up false shit about a lot of people. So guys, if you're seeing this, just please stop commenting racist shit about the three people that I'm trying to stop using my name for. They're just using my name as cash cows at this point. Anyways, stop being racist in my comments, guys. I don't condone it.
There were so many of these comments that this was not the only video he made addressing the situation, stating that no matter how much he hated myself, Smokey, and Sensitive Society, that comments like this were unacceptable. And it all couldn't have come at a worse time for Nova, because he was about to debut his new podcast. Truth be told, I didn't think this thing would actually ever come out. It was already a couple days late when I started making this video, and just as I was about to finish up on it, he dropped the first episode. And some of this is pure gold. From discussing the recent hate towards me to talking about Tofiachu, Nova covers a lot of things in this show, pulling absolutely no punches.
What is good, everyone? It is Hey Nova Kadri, also known as the Nova Universe. We are here with the debut episode of Hour of Joy. And joining me is my social media manager, Sia.
Hi, guys.
But I'm pulling up Smokey's Twitter right now.
Alright, I'll do the same. Hold on.
So the most recent tweet that he has messaging me is retweeting a comment of someone that cited me near the bus stop.
Someone on his Twitter seemed to have edited the video of you, like, telling your fans not to be racist. Like, if you scroll down...
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and head over to Kiwi's Twitter, see if he's posted any new bullshit. Oh, yeah. The last thing he posted about me was on the 24th, called Average Hour of Joy Listener.
Yeah. It appears as like one of your fans said something like racist about you being like the supreme race.
Oh, yeah. Did you hear that Sensitive Society appeared on a episode of Too High for Stupid?
I think that was last week. Yeah. I noticed there's been like a lot of YouTubers just like clowning on your name. Like, for instance, the Leaping Lemur.
Oh yeah, I f***ed that bitch. I gotta make sure not to rage too much. Oh yeah, anyways, have you heard of the Poop Squatch Andrew Ditch?
I have.
The motherfucker watches my videos, and I'm scared of that.
Back on the Too High for Stupid podcast, some people in the comments were like saying that you guys are like similar and long lost brothers.
Oh my gosh, no, we are not similar in the slightest.
Many people say that you and Jupiter the hybrid are like look alike and like behave in the same manner. I'm not sure if you know who that is.
I know who Jupiter is. We live in the same state.
Do you want to go in depth about like why you like are like making a podcast? Like, what prompted you to do
Oh, yeah, basically, I'm making a podcast, basically so I can clear my name of these awful accusations that have been roaming around.
So do you want to go more in depth with, like, Kiwi and Smokey and same with Sensitive Society? Because I think that's what, like, a lot of people really want to hear.
About what?
Like, Kiwi and Smokey.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of Kiwi, Smokey, and Sensitive... Let's go over to Kiwi's channel.
Okay.
Let's see, the last video... He hasn't really uploaded, like, many videos about me.
Yeah. But the ones he did upload about you got like over 1 million views. So like that's why people like really like flooded your comments with like hatred.
Yeah, if we go to popular, if we go to popular, you can see his 3rd and 8th most popular videos are about me.
But like on their podcast, he talks about you like consecutively.
Oh yeah, the podcast, definitely.
Once like this video gets uploaded, I'm sure like Kiwi, Smokey, and Sensitive will probably respond to it. So then like we'll make like a response.
Yeah, they're probably gonna end up responding it, which will give us more content for Hour of Joy.
True. So I guess like.
But anyway, that is going to wrap up the debut episode.
The Hour of Joy, though only 39 minutes, most definitely did not disappoint, and the cherry on top for me was the terrible audio quality. I know mine's not always the best, but the echo off of Nova's mic, as well as the copious amounts of fan noise, had me laughing all the way, as well as all of the shade that they threw at myself, Smokey, Sensitive Society, and the Leaping Lemur. All amazing channels that have covered Nova in the past and cover him today. I highly recommend you check out each one of these. It seems like the Hour of Joy was created to counter all of the allegations against Nova, that he would use this podcast to throw shade at anyone who had ever criticized him. From Tofiachu to myself, no one is safe from the Hour of Joy, because Nova and his social media manager are on a quest to destroy us all. Nova claims that we are simply using him as a cash cow, and that it has nothing to do with the things he did in his past. Despite the numerous differences between each side involved in this, I think we can all agree on one thing, that Nova Online hates me.